Hi, this is Ed. I am reporting in this section on the two functions of Hadoop that make it stand out as improvements over Google's MapReduce technology. Google's MapReduce technology is essentially the first iteration of the Hadoop system. The Hadoop system is concerned with two functions: an advanced MapReduce that limits the wait time between the subprocesses that together, consolidated, make Hadoop and MapReduce work at a higher level than it used to. So we used to see MapReduce done pretty well until Yahoo did a better job of using it, and then Facebook implemented it. Along with the file management system, those are the two major components of Hadoop that are scalable, that reduce the excess financial burden on companies that need to do massive data storage. So IBM's Raphael Koss, as you'll remember, said that there were four significant characteristics that make Hadoop all the rage, right? Let's look at those one by one. Number one, there's no need to worry about the varying data formats that our documents can be shared across and compared with over this Hadoop platform. Ordinarily, it's very difficult to, even in your daily office tasks, integrate an Excel spreadsheet with some Word documents. I mean, those of us that have a little bit of exposure and wherewithal to PowerPoint know that we can integrate graphics, and we can integrate charts, and we can create any number of visual effects and import them into a Word document. Now, to collaborate and share them across a larger network is a little bit kind of like comparing apples and oranges. So Hadoop enables the large data configuration issue, the issues of having a PDF compared with a figure, an Excel file, maybe even just a text, a UTF text, more easily sortable, and so forth. So the second major characteristic, beyond not having to worry about different document types, is the cost effectiveness. When we're talking about redundancies in data to prevent losing data quality, Hadoop turns out to be the most cost-effective way of storing massive amounts of information. So the decrease in cost per terabytes is the second big important fact that Hadoop is known to do really well. The last two are basically like a flexibility to compare and join data in a fault-tolerant environment. So everything is backed up so that you're not going to really lose any data and have to repeat a process to do a data join and examine information. So it's a pleasure talking to you today about Hadoop. It's a very interesting process. Before I turn it over to Rosa, who's going to talk a little bit more about the varying applications beyond those that we're aware of, like Facebook and Twitter, and she'll go on into more elaborate discussion about what it means to the users today. I'll talk about two basic things that make MapReduce work. MapReduce is essentially breaking a process down into two simultaneously occurring processes. Then, if you'll think about it along the lines of a schedule, doing two things together shortens out what it would have been doing to do them back to back. That's how I think of it. I think it's an effective way of doing that. And so just remember that the other big thing that Hadoop is able to do is to use a database in its cluster of servers to locate those empty or available software stored spaces where processes can be done simultaneously. So it's a very fascinating, environment, and hope to learn much more about it as time goes by. Let's turn it over to Rosa.